Hello, my celebratory mortal soul. Happy Festivus. As Frank Costanza would say, it's a Festivus for the rest of us. Meaning, for all those who haven't gone before us, those of us left behind here on earth, in this one mortal life that we get, we have the Festivus. I hope for all that have gone before us, they have the best. And we have the rest. All right. Now, Festivus actually first aired in 1997 as a non-commercial holiday made up by Mr. Frank Costanza, George's father, over on Seinfeld. And I actually used to watch that show. And I remember seeing that and I thought it sounded so fantastic because some people feel the stress of commercialized Christmas. There's Hanukkah, there's Kwanzaa. There's all sorts of things that go on at this time of year. And for some of us, it's not always the best time of year. And for some of us, it's not really that fun. Especially when, money's in a crunch and you feel the pressure of not disappointing with any gifts you get, or you just don't want to get caught in those shopping crowds in this terrible weather that we might be having. There's so many reasons. So I want to introduce and celebrate with you. Oh no, I'm shrinking. Here I am. I want to celebrate Festivus with you. So there have been attempts to actually make it an official holiday. I don't think it actually has happened, but if you go to the Celebrate Everyday calendar online, you will find it there. And you can also find it in Wikipedia. Or you can go back to Seinfeld and watch a rerun. It's actually quite hilarious, I think. And so basically, let me walk you through it. Let's do Festivus together today. So I don't know why I'm so unstable on my feet today. Well, let's try. All right. First things first. Some of the things used or introduced in Festivus from Frank Costanza that George kind of has a chagrin for came from actually the writer's own family lives. And part of it was to have an unadorned aluminum Festivus pole. So basically, instead of a menorah or a Christmas tree or something you've got to decorate, it's just a pole. There's the thing. That's the thing. There it is. And you'll see, I just walk you over this way. Here's the pole. Oh, I just went right through everything like a ghost. Never mind all of that. I think it's hilarious. I'm just holding it down with a couple of bricks because Frank Costanza would have been practical like that. There's a thing. Don't decorate it. Tinsel was distracting to him, so we do not adorn this pole. That's it. It's a pole. Done. It's up. There's a thing. There it is. It's done. Now, the next thing that would happen while you sit down and have your feast, and we've got our hot dogs here, we've got our chips, we've got our pop, we've got our whatever we want, coffee, eggnog, apples, cookies, lots of stuff in the pick basket over there, lots of fresh food, lots to eat. And as we do this, we air our grievances. All the things that disappointed you this year. And, okay, people, you've disappointed me, as Frank Costanza would say. You're going to find out why. So here it is. All right, here we go. Things that disappointed me this year, I air with you in Festivus. Actually, a lot of healthcare providers do think it's great. You can have a time and a space to talk about what's upsetting you with your friends and family in a safe space where you're not going to be mocked for it. All right, just to say. So people, here are the things, I'm airing my grievances, things that have disappointed me this year. I get disappointed with feeling so hopeful about things, and then something happens or people happen that are out of your control, and the thing that you were so hopeful to be positive in your life ends up not being that. That's disappointing. Also, when you've got to commute for work, the cost of gas that you are struggling to have to pay to get to and from work, and you can't budget that out of your budget. That can't give. Even though that's not feeding you or putting a roof over your head, if you don't show up to work, you can't hope to be fed or have a roof over your head. So you've got to keep paying for that commute. And that can really, I want to say suck monkey butts, but I don't know. Everyone listening to my channel is supposed to be over the age of 18, so you can't hold that against me. I'm disappointed that I can't simply say suck monkey butts without getting, in trouble. Okay, I have to find a new to find a new saying, but that's a saying that I grew up with. I don't know, that's just what we said. Airing of grievances, things that disappointed me this year. Well, I didn't grow any taller, and I don't have anywhere nice to wear my high heels. I used to love wearing my high heels or my platforms. I'm just too afraid of breaking an ankle these days, so I don't want to wobble and fall over. Ever since I busted my knee, I dislocated my knee earlier this year at the beginning of summer when I was doing the limbo. I swear I cleared that bar, but when I went to transfer my weight onto the pivot foot, it just went. So I'm disappointed that people saw that. And I'm disappointed that it's not fully healed yet. Every once in a while I think it's going to faint on me. And I just know when I'm running, like practicing soccer or something, I'm like, please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't fall when I'm running, which is really awful. That disappoints me. That's what I have to say in my own head. Hoping, please don't let me fall in front of people. Please let me get through this game. Please let me get through this sprint. Please don't let me score that goal. That would be great. People are looking. You know, disappointing me this year. If you've ever tried to introduce yourself to new people in a new place where you've got to go to school or work and they don't introduce themselves back in any civil manner, they just glare at you and then do some kind of looks between each other and then chuckle at your expense, it's really uncomfortable. It's very disappointing that adults are still acting like spoiled, rotten, abusive little children. And that's very disappointing. And that you know that this is a place you have to go to finish. You have to finish your education. You have to see through your contract or whatever's going on. The reason why you have to be there. And you have to think about it as you need to get your paycheck. You need to get that degree. You need to get that course finished. You need to get that whatever done. And that's where you have to do it. And those are the people that are there. Life shouldn't be unnecessarily hard. Life shouldn't be unnecessarily cruel. And yet it is. That's very disappointing. I am truly and sorely and highly disappointed that Putin made wars against the first world nation. For what? His ego, his glory, his sense of the past. All that loss of life for what? All those buildings for what? All those changed lives for what? Very disappointing. And that now we've got the problem with Israel and Palestine. Why? In a world where we are as educated as we are and connected to the whole world in an instant little click of a button, why? Why cause all this hate? Hasn't the world leaders grown up yet? Why? Greed? I don't know. Because we're not the same in every way? Why? It's just so disappointing. So, Aaron Grievances, I'm disappointed that I wasn't able to gain more of a following faster. However, I am super excited to have over 100 subscribers. I didn't think I'd make it, and I am so glad I've stayed above 100 once I hit the 100. So thank you, all of my subscribers for staying with me. You have not disappointed me one bit, and I hope I haven't disappointed you. I know within myself I'm disappointed that I haven't been able to figure out how to make my own chill hop music yet, because I really so much wanted to have that be a part of my sleep aid videos. I'm sort of disappointed I let go doing the different test drives and communicating testing of sleep aid products. I really had a big idea for that when I first started, but that went to the wayside pretty fast. They weren't picking up any interest, and until I do have the ability to monetize, I'm just gonna let that go. I wanted it there to show that I could be linked to certain products and how they would link to my channel, but I am disappointed that I kind of let go of doing some of the sleep aid stuff, although I'm sort of still dabbling in that realm, just not as much as I used to, because I didn't expect the directions needed to gain and keep my subscribers. I'm disappointed that I lost all the subscribers we gained just from one night of testing out my singing monsters, but it's not something I want to do every day, and it seemed to be that's what was needed. And I'm disappointed that my computer system can't handle all the Blizzard games that I've had to So it has negatively impacted the ability to do gamer nights the way I meant to. But if my system can't handle it, I just have to accept what is possible and work with that. And so for the subscribers who have stuck with me and joined recently, I mean, you're backing me, and I'm so glad, and I do appreciate you. But I'm supposed to be airing my grievances. I'm aggrieved that I'm still coughing. It's terrible, and I'm sorry that I can't erase it from all my feeds. But the show must go on, and so I will go on. Airing of grievances. I hope to be skinnier by now. But I refuse to give up eating food, so that's a thing. However, I've gotten really much better at making sure I have the least amount of sodium added to my diet as possible. And I am disappointed in myself that I kind of went away from eating the ice cubes for a bit, but once I cracked my tooth on one, I really had to try to cut that out. But I'm still drinking. I still have ice cubes. I'm just trying not to chew them as much as wait till they're tiny enough to swallow whole. Yes, I do that. Hey, oh, want to see my sweater? I don't know why I cannot stay in a stable sizing today for this video, and that disappoints me. I think I finished with my airing of grievances. I've gone back to cooking, and so I've saved a lot of money in not cooking. I mean, not buying things already made from a store. And that's partly to protect myself from all the sodium. But I'm going to do that. Yeah, so I think I've aired all of my grievances. Share yours. Please feel free to join me in the way that you can and celebrate Festivus with me. And put your grievances. You can air them in the comments below. Now, we also have to move on to feats of strength. So I thought, come over here. I'm just going to hang from this pole. I'm not trying to dance, no. Okay, I'm gonna, feats of strength. Okay, I'm gonna hang from the chandelier, like a singer we know. Here, I'm gonna hang from the chandelier. Here I am. I have shrunken my body with all my willpower, and I'm gonna hang here from the chandelier. This is my feat of strength. Everyone has one. Some people wrestle, some people, I'm gonna hold my body weight. I'm still wearing my armor boots, so, I mean, that should count. That makes me heavier. I'm going to sit here. And I'm going to talk to you while I'm performing this feat of strength to hold my own body weight with my hands and my arm strength. I'm just going to let everything else dangle here. Now, while I'm doing that, I want to talk to you about, I want you to, let's see if you can look over here. There's a clock on the wall. And in the original, the man who invented Festivus, here we go. I just want you to see that I'm hanging, but just see that I'm here. So I'm holding my body weight. I'm holding my body weight. I'm performing my feats of strength right now. What discipline I have. What upper body strength I have. What poise. Yeah, I got great poise. So while I perform this feat of strength, keeping my cellular DNA shrunk as much as I possibly can, and with all my willpower, and I tell you about that clock over there. So that's a steampunk clock, and I've thrown my cowboy bandana on top of that. And why? Why did I do that? Well, in the original Festivus, something that the original dad who invented this, and the author who put this part of the show with Frank Costanza, with his family, to George's chagrin, you would put a clock inside a bag and then nail that bag to the wall. So in this case, I didn't have a bag, so I wanted you to be able to see that there was a clock on the wall, and that I have concealed the time on the face of the clock with my bandana. And this is my parody to the original Festivus, where you put a clock in a bag and nail it on the wall. Whenever George would ask his dad, why does he do that, Frank would always say, it's not for you to know. But I think that I figured this out. So while I'm here doing my feat of strength, compacting all of my DNA to make myself as small as possible while I hang, upright in my arms like a gymnast, holding my upper body strength firm, here completing my feat of strength as I hang from the chandelier. I figured this out. This is supposed to be a non-commercialized, no stress, no distraction holiday that's supposed to be inclusive, all-inclusive of everyone who wants to gather together in December and just be together. It's meant to be the perfect secular theme for an all-inclusive December gathering. No matter your denomination, no matter your background, whatever. Come, share your grievances, eat some food, perform feats of strength with each other. I'm going to just dangle here. I'm good at hanging out. I'm hanging out with you right now with my upper body strength, yes, and my poise. All right. And it takes stomach muscles to hold this all together too. Yeah. And by having the clock there, yeah, you have a clock. Time is passing, yes. But you shouldn't be so concerned about the time that's passing. Be with each other. Just be with each other. No time constraints. Leave it alone. Forget about this. People used to just get up when the sun came up and go back home and go to sleep when the sun went down. You just worked like that, circadian rhythm and all. We're so far from that people do suffer from sleep apnea, sleep insomnia, all these stresses, and we don't have a normal routine. We don't have normal. We're getting obese and having health issues at younger ages because we're made to sit all day. We have to sit for school. We have to sit for work. We have to sit to commute. All this time. Meanwhile, you're getting mentally frustrated. You're physically frustrated. And the answer is people medicate you. Forget all that. If we could get together, not count the minutes, not count the seconds, not look for the time to escape or to have your escape route or your escape plan or your escape phone call, whatever it is you're doing. Look people in the eyes. I mean, we've got generations that don't know how to do this. And talk to each other. Listen to each other. And we're doing it on YouTube, right? But that's a little bit easier. Not actually looking each other's in the eyes, watching each other's facial expressions and body language while we're trying to communicate. I think a lot of people don't know how to communicate anymore, or, break the silence, break the ice. They're just in a rush to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next house, and the next appointment, and the next whatever. Unschedule your time. Declutter your time. And for Festivus, just don't worry about the time. If you get all you can get out of it in an hour and you're ready to go home, that's when you do it. If you are gaining something from 5 hours, 10 hours of comfort, 24 hours pass by, and you just had a really good, wholesome, good, worthwhile, real conversation or hangout time, just to be together with whoever it is that brings you comfort, who you bring comfort to, it's so important. We don't get a chance to do it. So there's part of my disappointments. I guess I was still airing my grievances while I'm hanging out with you here, dangling from a chandelier. I think Pink would be proud. I hope. I don't know. Maybe. So we got our poll. Been airing grievances. I think I'm about ready to finish my feats of strength. Okay. Gonna get myself down now. Whoop, 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 Here I am. And I'm gonna let go of my DNA. I'm just gonna exhale. Yeah, exhale. That's good. So, tell me what feats of strengths you want to do. Tell me what you do that helps you lose your sense of time. I know if I'm swimming, I lose my sense of time. If I'm playing with dogs, I lose my sense of time. If I'm hanging out with a friend that doesn't make me feel bad about myself, that doesn't make mean jokes to give themselves a chuckle, I mean a healthy friend, a non-toxic person, and I can be near them and feel safe and comfortable. That's a rarity, honestly, for me, looking at my wider life, and I really cherish it. That's why I also really appreciate my time with you guys, because this is supposed to be a safe space. I wanted it to be a safe space and a welcoming space for anybody who would maybe be, I don't know, feeling me. We get each other. We're entertaining each other. We're keeping each other company, supporting each other, and cheering for each other. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be here for. And you guys are giving it back to me as well. And I really appreciate it. And so, let me see. We've had our food. We've had our feats of strength. I've aired all my grievances. We've got the poll, non-distracting. We've got the time that we're not going to worry about. We're going to take all the time that we need. The natural time that we need for whatever it is we need to do. And this leads us to the last part of Festivus, labeling of easily explainable events as Festivus Miracles. So I want to share with you some Festivus Miracles. First of all, the fact that you and I, my listeners right now, me doing all the chatting, are able to communicate. You're listening to me from anywhere on this hurling ball called Earth, going through space, and no matter what time zone we're in, no matter which hemisphere, you're hearing me, you're going to respond to me, and we're communicating, and we're there for each other online through this medium as we can be. That is a miracle. That they figured out how to make a TV work or this computer monitor show me pictures, that's a miracle. The fact that I can do this, oh my goodness, my rigging isn't working right when I wanted to. When I can do this, I'm bobbing around, I'm moving around. I've learned how to dress myself in game. There we go, I'm moving my feet, bouncing my hands. This is a miracle. What a miracle. And you know, like, I was heading out on the road and I went to this like ATM machine. I hit a bunch of buttons and it gave me money to like buy stuff. And that is such a miracle. And then I went to this other place and I like gave them this paper that we call money, and they gave me stuff to eat and stuff to drink. And that is a miracle. And it's not everybody can even do that. So it really is a Festivus miracle. Then it was like, oh, please, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. And this light, it went from red to green. And that was such a Festivus miracle. It was right on time so that I can get through the intersection and get home. And then, like, no one was in my parking space. That was a Festivus miracle. And I could just, like pop right in and get myself right back out of the environment and get into a warm space that's dry. Yeah. And that was such a Festivus miracle. And now I'm here sitting warm and dry. And well, I closed the glass doors to my balcony, and so that rain's not coming in and I'm not getting wet at all. That's such a Festivus miracle. I just love how many miracles there are on Festivus. And like, I was baking a pie and an apple pie, and I did not burn it. And I added some vanilla ice cream to it, and I haven't eaten like this since this time last year. And that is such a Festivus miracle. I love it. Yeah, I feel so good. I could go to sleep now. And I'm usually not tired. I'm usually an insomniac. So that is absolutely a Festivus miracle. If I get to sleep right after I log out of this episode, Festivus miracle. I love it. I love it. Huh. So I would like you guys, if you don't mind sharing, what Festivus miracles are going on in your world right now, here, now, today. Put it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Let's chat about it. I hope that you can follow along with me or even replay this video and join in with me. Celebrate that unadorned, non-tinseled, non-bowed, non-decorated pole in your house, in your life. No puns intended. Practice airing your grievances with whoever is a safe audience with me. Practice some feats of strength. Tell me what they are. What are you doing? Are you having thumb wars? I don't know. You got to tell me. You got to pick out some things. Tell me what your Festivus miracles are. Whatever easily explainable thing it is. Let me know what you think are the Festivus miracles in your world here now today. And in this time of year, for those of us who are grieving, those of us who are really, for real, missing the people in our lives who've crossed over into the next realm before us, heaven is for them, and the Festivus is for the rest of us. And I hope you find some comfort and some, company in the different episodes that I make, because I am thinking of you, and that is why I got into this in the first place, with the encouragement of all my friends and so many who followed me here from Blizzard and into everything else I've been dabbling in since then. Thanks everybody for your feedback, and if you want to hear your grievances with me, if I'm one of them, go for it. Tell me what it is. I'll just answer you right back until midnight. And I hope for everyone who's celebrating other things as well that you have a good time. Please stay safe on the roads. Please stay safe when you're partying and have to head home. Make sure you have a safe place to go. Make sure you make good choices. Protect yourself. Be that light in somebody's life, especially if people are so caught up in stress that maybe they're forgetting to be the light in yours, we can light that wick. We can be the first to spread and make that difference and help others feel comfortable and relaxed too. Sometimes it can be hard. Sometimes we have to, bite back a little bit, but we can with kind gestures, kind comments. I mean, it doesn't cost us anything to be kind, to be civil, try, forgive each other. Because a lot of times humans just don't know what to say to each other, and we always get it wrong. And if you've lived with someone for a long time, you know how to press their buttons, and humans just press those buttons. And speaking of pressing buttons, please, if you are not one of our community members yet, please hit that like and subscribe. Join our channel. Help us grow. Help us build our community. And if you have any particular episodes that you would like me to try, any particular themes, any particular recipes or stories to tell, then let me know, and I'll do what I can for you. So happy Festivus, everybody, and have a wonderful, non-commercial, all-inclusive December gathering, and enjoy it. And don't be watching that clock. Take your time to soak in all of the positive. Take all the time you need for as long as you can. And if you are missing me or want some company or some white noise, don't forget to check out my different playlists. I've got a lot to offer and more to come. Take care, everyone. Happy Festivus, and take care of yourself. I will see you next time. This is Venus Callida signing off.